Introducing On the Horizon, a podcast by Horizon Resources Cooperative, supporting farmers and ranchers across Northwest North Dakota and Northeast Montana. Join host Levi Hall as he engages with agronomy experts, grain traders, and community leaders, sharing insights to help you make confident, informed decisions for your operations. From market trends to practical advice, we bring you the conversations that matter.
Horizon Resources, solutions for your success.
Welcome back to another episode of On the Horizon. We've got the fireplace back on. It is autumn here in Williston. And this week I have Carmen Delaney from the Williston Chamber of Commerce. And Carmen and I had a great conversation about an event they have coming up. This event is a mental health and first aid training. It's coming up on the 23rd of October, and it'll be held at Train ND. This is such an important topic. Obviously, this is now the second time we've touched on this within a 90-day stretch. So it just shows you how important we consider this to be. So I really hope you take the time to attend the event. Enjoy the show.
From hunting season to ranching season, Horizon Resources has you covered. Firearms you trust. Ranch supplies built to last. Local service right here in Williston.
Welcome back to another episode of On the Horizon. This week, Carmen Delaney from the Williston Chamber. Carmen, thanks for coming down.
Thanks for having me, Levi.
Absolutely. So you're here because you guys have an event coming up that you especially wanted to focus on the energy sector and ag sector. And it's actually a topic that we recently talked about on this podcast, but it just shows how important this is. And so I'm going to let you kind of give us the details. What's going on?
Absolutely. And yeah, I know you guys just had a mental health professional on the podcast, and it is so important for these sectors in particular. So the event that we have coming up is mental health first aid, and it is a full day, basically training with Callie Thorne. And so it's going to be October 23rd, Thursday, at Train ND from 8:30 in the morning to 4:30 p.m. And basically it's a really just great way to kind of get more acclimated with what are the different mental health disorders, what are the different substance abuse disorders that people face, what are the warning signs that you can look for in your friends, family, and coworkers. You're not going to leave this course being a mental health professional, obviously, but the goal is to just kind of have a better understanding so that you can really see the warning signs early on, and know how to connect someone that you're concerned about with professional help.
Yeah, you referenced it. Monica McConkey was on our show recently, and Monica is actually also going to be coming out in December to do a farm night out where farmers and their spouses can come out. So I'm really excited about that. But this is another great. I mean, this just shows how important this is, right? Yeah. Like this is. We actually, even after when Monica and I were setting up we're going to do in-house training when she's out in this area as well for our staff. But when we were talking about this afterwards, she had already had a couple people reach out to her after that podcast, which made the whole podcast worth it. So we're great to hear that. And if you want more hands-on training, this seems like this is a perfect thing to do. And you've done this course before, Carmen.
I have, yes. So actually, when I first started my role at the Williston Area Chamber of Commerce, Anna, who was the president at the time, told me about this program. And my previous job when I was working over in Vermont on the East Coast was for a mental health care facility out there. And this is just a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Anybody who knew my uncle, he was just a great guy out here in Williston, Ronald Delaney. He died by suicide in 2012. And I was really young at the time. I was kind of unaware of all the signs. They were there. Mm-hmm. He was like, when I talk about him, he was kind of like the Robin Williams type uncle, where he was just so happy and bubbly all the time that it was really hard to see that he was really struggling with his mental health. So when we lost him, that was a really big blow to my family. I've gone through my own mental health struggles. And so this topic is really near and dear to my heart. So when Anna was like, hey, do you want to audit this course? I was like, heck yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. It's very discussion based. You are there for the full day. And You really get to draw on the experiences of other people. Callie is a fantastic facilitator. She's like a North Dakota rancher, through and through. So she knows the aspects of agriculture and everything too. So we have been doing this mental health first aid program for a couple years with a grant that we received, and this is going to be our last one for the foreseeable future. So we really want to kind of get as many people in this as possible, because the more people that are in this class, the richer the experience, the more that people can draw upon. And so particularly, we really are, like you said, highlighting ag and energy industries. And we really want more men to sign up for this. The class that I took was all women, it was a great discussion. And I actually have the stats from the CDC here. So although females do attempt suicide at higher rates than men, men are more successful. And so they do die by suicide at a higher rate. 80% of suicides are men. And so, especially in the ag and energy industries, those are predominantly male industries. And so we really want people to come out and register for this. It's a tough topic. It's so important that you're having it on this podcast. And I applaud you guys.
Yeah.
But, September was Suicide Awareness Month, and we're in October now, but this problem persists throughout.
We referenced it on the first podcast at the time, and I don't know of any more, but there had been 4 farm suicides in 2025. And the nice part about having Callie come and do this is, like you referenced. So Callie, if you don't know her story, her family farms and ranches in McKenzie County. They are over east of Watford City. Great family. They are partners in Yellowstone beef up here. Just super involved in the egg community. And there's nothing that their family hasn't already seen that you guys won't be facing on your farm and ranch. She'll be able to definitely relate more than any other individual. And, we're in such a niche world in this egg community, specifically energy community as well. And so, it's nice to have someone that can relate.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like you said, there's nothing that they haven't seen. She draws on her own experiences in this training as well. And she gets really vulnerable about, struggles in her own family. I think that's the important thing about this training, is to just know that wherever you are in your life, wherever your family and friends and coworkers are, they're not alone. You're not alone.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of great resources. And actually, I brought my little participant processing guide.
Yeah.
And so you're going to walk away from this training with this. And it's very interactive. Each module, you can fill out notes. You can refer to all of the information in here. So just like, we're talking about suicide. So I just want to mention that the suicide hotline, 24 hours, is 800-273-TALK or 8255. There's also a Spanish hotline, an accessible hotline. You can also text MHFA to 741-741 to speak with a certified counselor. So the resources are there. Again, this isn't going to make you a professional and be able to talk somebody out of, suicide, but it will help you to have the conversation.
So
sometimes that's the most important part.
I was going to say that's a great call out. So what skills are going to be gained by the attendees to this event on the 23rd at Train ND? What are they going to walk away feeling equipped with?
So, and actually, I was kind of reviewing this before we were having this conversation. You're going to have kind of a systemized approach for how to have these conversations, how to break it down, how to assess how somebody's doing, how to really listen to them, and figure out how you're going to engage with that. Mm-hmm. So it's going to make it seem less daunting when you are face to face with someone that's kind of going through something that maybe you don't fully understand. It really kind of equips you with how can I approach this conversation, and it kind of just helps demystify things that we don't understand. Mm-hmm. You don't understand depression unless you've gone through it. And even if you have gone through it, someone's depression is going to look different from yours.
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
And you'll understand more just about different mental health disorders that maybe you haven't been familiar with before in the past. So it's just going to kind of give you more understanding of what it is that people are going through and how to connect them with professionals. And that is so valuable to just kind of know, okay, I can be there for somebody.
Yeah.
Because it is hard. Back when my uncle passed away, it was still such a taboo topic, mental health. Like people really didn't know how to have those conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So you will walk away from this training feeling like, okay, this is a hard topic. This is not impossible though.
Yeah. Well, when we had Monica on the show, it was funny. We joked about it on that episode about how she and I had gone over what topics we were going to talk about. And both of us were in a good state of mind. And it was still like sweaty palms and nervous. You don't want to approach a topic. And the big thing is people don't want to do it improperly, right? You don't want to say something you're not supposed to say. And so events like this are great to help you kind of weed some of those fears out and give you the tools and tips and tricks on how to confidently approach those conversations.
It's so true. It's so true. And actually, there was something that I started. I wonder if I can find it. But one of the big takeaways that I had was that people are more likely to seek help if someone that they know cares about them says, hey, like, are you okay? Like sometimes it's just that simple, just having the courage to ask them and then having those resources. If they are saying, yeah, I do need help, actually say, okay, I know who we can connect you with. Do you need me to go with you to counseling? Stuff like that.
Yeah. So on the 23rd, 8:30 to 4:30 p.m., 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., lunch provided, all that stuff. What's the cost?
Yes. So coffee and lunch will be provided thanks to our wonderful donors that do help us out with this event. The cost, I should have looked this up before I got on here, but you can go to the registration at the Williston Chamber's website. So you're going to go to willistonchamber.com, go to programs, and you will find mental health first aid under our programs. There is a member cost. So if you're a member of the chamber, it's $50 to attend. If you're not a member, it's $75 to attend. And then, it's typically it caps out, I want to say, I don't even remember. I want to say about 30.
Yeah.
But we do want to fill that class. So if for some reason you see that it's been capped out, just reach out to us and we'll see if there's a way that we can facilitate that.
Great. So what's the best way to reach out, Carmen?
Yes. So you can reach out to the chamber by emailing wchamber@willistonchamber.com. Go to our website, fill out a form that will connect you with us as well. You can email me directly at Carmen, CARMEN @willistonchamber.com. And just www.willistonchamber.com.
Well, thank you guys so much for putting this event on. I hope it's a very successful event and hope you guys fill the room.
Me too. Thank you so much, Levi, for making space for this conversation.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. Thank you for tuning in to On the Horizon. If our conversation today sparked your interest, make sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform. Stay connected by following @Horizon Resources Co-op on Facebook and Instagram and explore the world of agriculture with us. We're excited to continue bringing you real conversations with Horizon Resources industry partners, member owners, and employees, discovering more about your local neighbors and community friends. Until next time, keep looking towards the horizon.
Horizon Resources, solutions for your success.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not to be used or considered as an offer or a solicitation to buy or sell commodities. Horizon Resources does not make any representation, warranty, or guarantee as to the completeness, accuracy, timeliness, or suitability of any information contained within any part of this podcast. Horizon Resources does not accept any liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use or reliance on such information. Whilst the information provided has been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, Horizon Resources does not attest to its accuracy or completeness. Horizon Resources reserves the right to change any source without restriction or notice. The information herein is indicative only and is subject to change.